Almost exactly a year ago on this programme, we filmed a pop group from Coventry who hated recording studios and wanted to make all their records in their front room. Up till that time, they'd only had one tiny hit in the bottom of the top 50, but they were sure that one day the front room sound was going to make the big time. They called themselves Staveley Makepeace, and they sounded like this. So there it was, the raucous sound of Staveley Makepeace. One of the problems of making records in your front room is that Mum keeps wandering in with the dinner, with sandwiches, with cups of coffee, all sorts of things, right in the middle of a recording session. So the group solved this brilliantly. They dragged Mum out of the kitchen and put her on the piano and brought her into the group. And within 4 weeks of the film that we showed you earlier, this happened. So there they were, Lieutenant Pigeon with Mouldy Old Dough, riding high in the charts all over the world. They seemed to have it made. But like dozens of other musicians before them, they found that the glittering world of pop was a pretty funny old business. Their next record, Desperate Dan, crept into the bottom of the top 20, and since then most people, to be honest, haven't heard of Lieutenant Pigeon. Well, with us this evening are Lieutenant Pigeon, with Mum still sitting proudly up on the piano. Nigel, if I can ask you, what do you think went wrong? Why did you fail?
Well, we've never really considered the fact that we failed. We were delighted when Desperate Dan, that was our follow-up record, came in the charts at number 17, so you can imagine how we felt when we had a number one hit. Since Desperate Dan, we must admit we've had a rest. because you must understand, for 10 years before Mouldy Old Dough, we were striving to get a number one.
Yeah.
So since then, we've just sat back and relaxed, more or less.
A lot of people would say, Nigel, that your second record was exactly like your first. What do you think about that?
We submit probably 3, 4, 5 master tapes a month to our record company, and from those, the label manager of that record company selects what he would like to issue to the public. So really, we can experiment as much as we like in the studio, but the final decision as to what the public hear is up to the record company.
What difference did it make to you, Hilda, or Mum, if I can call you? Everybody else calls you Mum. Suddenly you're on the television every night, you're in every daily newspaper every morning. What difference did it make to you? Do you go out and spend all your money? Do you buy millions of things you want to do all your life?
No, not really. The only thing I can tell you that is that for years and years I've been wanting a new roof on the house. It was bucketing rain in one of the bedrooms, and we had a new roof put on.
You finally got one?
Yeah.
What difference did it make to your husband?
Well, my husband's a very reserved person, but I think underneath it all he's thrilled to death about it.
Rob, what about you? Suddenly there you all were, international pop stars. What do pop stars do in their spare time?
I'm a very keen athlete. I keep reasonably fit in my spare time. And I take a great deal of interest in trains, British Railways.
I know, when you're talking to me about how you're a keen athlete, I know you go scampering around Coventry in your shorts. Don't you
Yeah.
find people stop and point at you and say, there goes Rob Woodward, you know?
Yes, I found at first it was a little embarrassing, but now I think it all sort of adds to the fun. I find that if little kids say, "Oh, there's Lieutenant Pigeon," I find it sort of adds to the fun, and it's in a strange sort of a way, it keeps me going, really.
What people want to know is how much money do you make from a single chart-topping record like yours?
I think when everything is taken out, such as income tax and various other things like this, there's not really a glamorous amount of money left financially.
You're still not telling me how much you've made, are you?
Well, I'm not really sure. Royalties come sort of every 6 months, I believe. It could work out between £20,000 and £30,000, I should imagine. I think I'm possibly overestimating it, though. But it could be £20,000 or £30,000.
Would you have expected when you started out, if you'd ever had a hit of this size, to make a great deal more money than that out of it? Well, don't you think
I never
30,000
really
is a big letdown, you know?
No, I don't really, but I think it's rather small when one considers what the record company must be making out of a hit record, like Mouldy Old Dough, or, record companies have hits all the time.
Everybody imagines that being top of the pops, you're going to be surrounded by adoring, pestering women. What happened to your love lives?
I think you leave that one to him. He's the one with the girls.
No, joking.
I took a girl home when we were at number one, and I remember her parents were very, very nice to me until they found out I was in a pop group. As soon as they find out you're in a pop group, I think they automatically think that their daughter is going to become one of the many, because it's quite wrong.
You're not seriously telling me that being number one, top of the hit parade, you couldn't attract more women than when nobody had ever heard of you?
I had more dates before we had a hit record than since we have. I think people fight shy of you. It's true.
Do you think they're frightened?
Who'd be frightened of me?
It's not a matter of being frightened. There's a certain amount of apprehension, I find. I mean, when you're nobody, you're accepted as nobody. But all of a sudden, if you do come well, say a celebrity, that there is this apprehension.
What sort of thing would girls say when they met you?
Hello.
Especially in our own town, a lot of girls wouldn't believe you, who you were. They'd say, "Oh, you look like, that chap out Lieutenant Pigeon."
Yeah.
And you'd say, "That's right, I'm not really." And they'd believe that you weren't, It's too unreal for them to believe. Yeah, it's too unreal for them to believe it.
But if they did know who you were and they did recognise you, they still wouldn't go out with you.
You're so...
It's changed in the last few months. I think all of us are getting quite a lot now.
Seriously, if you don't make it back to the charts, if it doesn't all work out, do you still think it'll have been worth it or a complete waste of time?
Worth it.
Oh, completely worth
100%
it.
worth it, yeah.
It's all been great.
And the dances that go with it. But now, here's Woody, who's going to tell us more about our next guest.
Who?
You!
Me? I'm the next guest.
No, but you're going to tell them who our next guests are.
Well, you're the then.
It's Lieutenant Pigeon.
Here, I'm just going to say hello.
Not yet. Hey, they're just going to play. I don't know what we're going to do with that, boy. Anyway, here, with the new single, I'll Take You Home Again, Kathleen, Lieutenant Pigeon.
Thank you very much. That was Lieutenant Pigeon's new single. But Rob and Nigel of the group have got a rather unusual LP out, and here's Dirk to find out more about it.
Well, Rob and Nigel are a couple of train fanatics. They will go anywhere to see or travel on a new train. And they are crazy about diesels, and I've just spent many months recording, well, a very unusual LP. Rob, is this the first LP of its kind?
It's the first LP, I think, of diesel sounds. There have been many, many LPs of steam engines, but I think this is the first LP of diesel hydraulics. I must say hydraulics.
Very good. Nigel, how did you actually set about this whole thing?
Well, steam was our big thing. We were all, you know, very keen on steam engines. But as they disappeared, we got interested in diesels, you know, diesel electrics and hydraulics. And now the hydraulics are disappearing, we decided to record them for an album so the enthusiasts could buy it, you know.
Well, it must have taken a lot of your time, did it, Rob?
It took quite a bit of time. We had quite a what we call studio leftovers. We have various wires and contraptions and things. We decided to utilise that by recording some sounds of diesel hydraulics.
How long have you both been actually interested in trains?
Oh, good heavens. That's a very, very sore point. Years and years. I think we got interested when we first went to school together. We went to our secondary school together. That was in 19... and we've carried on through the steam and into diesels and now electrics. You know, we've always been very interested in railways.
And when do you expect this LP to be released to the public?
Well, I think now Nigel has given our ages away. No, we're not that old, actually. It should be released, I believe, in about a month's time. Possibly it would sell to the fanatics, you know, the train.
Yeah.
The enthusiasts.
I suppose a lot of younger kids will buy it, like young boys and everything will buy it as well.
Yes, I would imagine so. Probably there were probably people will buy it after the diesel hydraulics have gradually been phased out of service.
Anyway, thanks very much for talking to me, and the best of luck with the album.
Thank you.
Thank you.